Hello and welcome to a video with me, Raindale. And today we will be doing some polls for Garvall and Elsirelle. And I said in my review video that I wasn't sure if I was going to poll for them. But I'm actually going to do some polls because the banners are very interesting. So let's quickly take a look at that. And the banner that I will be polling for is the 9-step banner. I have done a previous video in which I'm reviewing this a little bit, so you can go back and watch that to understand my full reasoning on those banners. But the 9-step is interesting because you're getting a total of 400 shards dividing on between those units, and that means you're actually spending 35 vision ore per shard, which is less than if you would buy the shards themselves. And for this, I am comfortable pulling in there because even if I don't get the units, I don't care much. I want the shards for a cheaper price so I can build them whenever I naturally pull them through the game. And then, nice, they're featured in there, so I might just pull them as I go. But the main reason I'm pulling in there is because I want the rewards that are being handed out in there, and I want my cheaper shards. So that's what we'll be doing today. But first we have a couple warm-up polls that we can do, which is the free 10-time summon here. I've been fairly lucky on them. I would say I've been getting a UR every 2 pull or so, and it seems like today we are continuing. And I'm really excited because today I'm recording polls, and lately recording polls seems to have been a very good luck charm. And today seems to be no different because I'm getting multiple URs, and that doesn't really happen. So, okay, let's see. Fenrir. Alright, I've maxed him, but I'm still pretty happy for the mug medals, because mug medal vision card shop is really useful to get those vision cards that we can't buy in the shop easily. So that's it. Alright, now which unit are we getting? Nivlu. Alright, I've also built her entirely, but you know what? Couple UR, couple vision spheres, I'm really happy about it. And that was a good warm-up before we go and spend everything we have on the 9-step. And then, yeah, I don't know how good I'm feeling about spending vision ore right before the anniversary, but I am very happy about not spending any paid vision ore before the anniversary, because I'll be keeping those for future banners we'll be getting. And then I know that we'll still have almost a month to build back up our stash, so I can at least do the 9-step up that's going to come with the anniversary. Or at least that's what I am thinking. So, without further ado, let's go. None of those summons have guaranteed UR, but if we do get a UR, these units are featured with the same rates as on their regular banner, so we do have a shot at that. So let's begin, and between the two, the unit that I want the most is Elsirelle as a unit, because she's really interesting, and I love having my account tailored towards resistances, because that's just something I enjoy a lot. But with the TMR, I want Garvall's TMR really bad, because he's going to make mages that much stronger and allow them to ignore resistances. So again, we're playing with resistances. And seems like we're pretty lucky because we've got a UR here. I hope that it's going to be one of the two. I don't know which one I want most because of the reasons I just mentioned. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed and go through and hopefully be lucky. So here we go. Alright, we're getting Curie. Okay, and I also want a ton of MR, those that I don't have max so I can feature them, but I'm just rambling because I'm stressed about pressing this. Alright, looks like we are very, 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 very lucky. We're beginning with Elsirelle. I'm very, very happy with that. Alright, so I'll be able to build the unit I wanted the most. That is that much more incentive to go through and continue with the rest, because now I want her shards for a cheaper price. So one good pull so far. Wow, I was kind of going in thinking that I would not get any of those units. That was my my expectation, so I'm really happy to see that expectation being thwarted. And it seems like, similar to the last polls that I've recorded, we're getting URs on multiple steps. That is very lucky, and it is not guaranteed, so don't watch that thinking the same's going to happen to all the polls. It might not. I might not get even another UR as I go through. But so far, we are lucky and enjoying it. So let's see what else we're getting. I would be very happy, obviously, to pull the other units so I can build them both. But I would also be very happy to just get more shards for Elsirelle. And then Lucia, I've already have her maxed, but hey, I'm not going to complain. It's Mug Medals, again, which are going to be very important as the game moves forward. Okay, so the third step is free. I like that. Free steps are always fun. They don't feel as bad even if you get a brown book, like we're getting now. So let's see. So we know that this is going to be a batch of shards, but the rest doesn't seem that interesting this time around. I'm still hoping for some... Oh, nice! We just got our first Tunberry. Alright, alright. I'm still hoping for some MR units that I don't have fully built. Mainly, right now, I want Marial and Livial, and then Alim. Those are the ones that I'm trying to build so I can feature them in future videos. Currently, I'm working on making Dorando strong because it has been requested as a challenge. So he's already MLB'd and soon to be fully awakened, so I can showcase how strong he is. Okay, now let's go with the 80 shard. That one's a big one. 100 King Burst pot is worth a lot because there aren't that many ways to get those King Burst and King Armor pots. And that's part of the reason I want to pull on this banner, because there's a lot of TMRs that I don't have maxed yet that I could definitely make some use out of. And then there's also a lot of units that I don't have their limit break leveled enough. So here we know that this is UR, so we're probably not expecting anything to evolve. The way these pulls are done, since you know the shards are not going to be on top unless there's another UR, you kind of already know whether you're being lucky or not. But we can still get some MRs that I want, so that's still something to look forward to. Dorando, he's hunting me everywhere. Okay, so as I said, whatever I get, I'm pretty happy because I want to build both those units in the future. But I keep getting Garvall shards, and he's not the one I've pulled, so I'm kind of hoping to see some Elsirelle shards come in there before we go all the way through. Okay, next step. This time we're getting Select Element Fragment of Thoughts. These are not as important for my account, but still a nice thing to have. And this time we're getting a unit on top, which means we're getting a UR unit. So, very thrilled. Let's see which one it is. But first, let's hope for some Elsirelle shards. Garvall again. I can't complain. He's the strongest unit out of the two, definitely. So he's very important. It's important to get his shard. That means he can be built for cheaper. But I would still be happy to build the one unit I actually have pulled so far. But then that one might just be Garvall. Let's see. Nope, Ayaka. Okay, well, you know what? We're getting some more Mug Medals because it seems like I'm pulling the earlier units that I already have built. There we go. Now we're midway through the second free pull, so there's only 4 of them left, and I'm not going to go pulling on the normal banner afterwards. That is not my intention. So we know the shards are on top. We're not getting a UR unit this time, but let's still click through. That's the purpose of those pull videos, is to let anxiety build up and expectations. So we don't want to go through that too quickly. Alright, so MR unit, Lilith. I'm a bit unhappy that all the MR units I pulled are those that I already have maxed. I wish I was pulling those that I try to build. Elsirelle shards, so hey, at least we got that going for us. There we go. Okay, now the final 80 shard step. That one's pretty exciting. We're also getting the King Armor Pots, which are very important. As I said, I have recently MLB'd Macherie, and I really want to build her TMR and level it because it's incredibly strong. But in any kind of manual play where you can time the use of it, it's really, really powerful. And we're getting another UR unit, another chance for Garvall, possibly, so that would be really nice. And we keep getting his shards. I think we've only got 40 Elsirelle shards throughout. Oh, wow, double rainbow. Okay, I'm staring intensely here. Is that him? I don't know his quote. That is him! Alright, so at least those shards won't go to waste, and our luck keeps being incredible. I did not know Garvall came from the same country as Howlett did. That's new to me, but okay, that's cool to know. I like the lore of this game, so I try to learn as much as I can, and those little hints are really nice. So now I don't mind whoever we get here. A unit I don't have and that I want to pull is Raldor, so that would be really nice, but I'm not asking for anything at this point. Oil's not maxed, I'm pretty happy. Alright, so now looks like we have pulled Garvall and we have a ton of his shards, 290. That's just from the daily login bonuses and the step up. So that's why I'm thinking it's worth spending on it, because I'll just have a unit that's already almost fully built. And then I'm getting even more value than I thought, because I've been lucky and pulled both units. But even if I had not, I thought it was a pretty decent investment. But then again, I'm not extremely hell-bent on getting a unit in the upcoming collaborations. I don't necessarily want Yuna, even though I would be happy to have her. And if I absolutely wanted one of those, then I would save up and increase my chances of getting them. But as it stands, I'm just as excited with building Elsirelle than I would be with building Yuna. So there we go. Looks like we're getting some Lilith shards again. She's everywhere in those polls. Elsirelle. Alright, so we're at 80 shards for her. And a lot of shards for Garvall. I say 80. 90 with the login bonuses and today's daily purchase. Okay, final step. 40 shard. Final? Yeah, that's it. Final step, 40 shards. Again, it's worth pulling on just because 40 shards is the exact value of 2000 Vision Ore. I could stop there, save myself 2k because there's nothing else I'm getting here. And I've already got both units, so do I actually want that 40 for 2k? You know what, I had budgeted for this, so I'll go through. I'll get a couple extra shards, but then I probably won't buy their shards in the shop as I go, because I feel like I've had enough of those. And I can just go through the hard quest and their bingo boards to get whatever else I can. And I probably should have stopped. I don't know. This is a tough one, because overall, with the free pulls, you're getting a value of 35 per shard. But this last step by itself is 50 per shard, which is the same as if I were just buying 40 shards. Except, well, for the other shards and chance for pulling other UR units. So let's see whose shards we get in this final step. Garvall. So looks like he will be nearing MLB. So if you're counting the bingo board, which is going to be another 120, I won't need to buy very many of his shards before I can use him. So there we go. We have again been very, very lucky throughout those banners. Yeah, I have no complaints and no regrets about those polls. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully your luck is even better than mine if you do choose to pull on them. And if you choose to save, congratulations. You're very wise, and that's probably what I should do. But then I was lucky. So that's it. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of those videos. It will make it more likely that they show up in your feed in the future. And then, thanks again, and have a great rest of your day.